don't want my husband to just work and pay bills. I don't want him to not have a hobby. I don't want him to not have healthy mental health. I don't want him to not have savings. I don't want him to work and slave all day, every day to take care of my bills, our bills, and me just sit there and not contribute anything. This is coming from a young lady who has never been married. I don't have any kids. I have a dog. I'm fully educated, pay my own bills right now, and it is difficult. I have a great career, and it is difficult. So when I think of getting married and building with someone or coming together and bringing our assets together, I could never lay in my bed knowing that my husband has no life and no freedom and maybe no peace because all he does is work and pay bills so that I can enjoy, as if he doesn't deserve to enjoy. I truly want a partnership, but I don't.
Hey, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Ruel. Peace and salutations to the elect, and much respect to the brothers pushing his word in the four winds of the earth. And shalom to you few sincere sisters out there as well. This is Brother Ariel coming at you with another lesson. That video that I played, that's pretty much the spirit that a lot of you women need to be in right now. You can't have that it's all about me spirit right now, man. Okay? Well, that woman, she made some good points. Some of them were worldly, speaking of currency and things of that nature. But her overall outlook on things as far as being in a quote unquote relationship with a man is that her wanting her better half to have some peace. Okay? And that's the main thing. That's one of the main attributes that a man looks for in a woman, is a woman that's going to bring peace to the table. Okay, not boobies and butt cheeks. All right, because when this society collapses, that's not going to get you chosen by a man of the Lord. A man of the Lord is going to he's going to have discernment, or be given discernment from the Lord to be able to tell the type of woman that he needs in his life, and opposed to a type of woman he doesn't need around him. Okay, so that your beauty and your booty ain't gonna get you chosen in that day. So this is the type of mentality right here, type of spirit a lot of you women should be focusing on right now. Focus on having, or praying to the Lord to have, because we getting down to the nitty gritty, and things are about to change for the worse very soon, man. So just like us brothers, we're striving to become better men before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You women should be striving to be better women before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And if you do have a man, before him. And if you don't have a man, you should be preparing yourself for a man of the Lord, man. Okay, with this mentality right here that woman was speaking of. If you look at it spiritually, this is 1 Timothy 2. Okay, and I'm gonna read 13 through 15. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. And we all know that story. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity and holiness and sobriety. Okay, now if you women continue in the faith of the Lord, okay, in charity, amongst brothers and sisters, and holiness, okay, being separate, separating yourself from the society with sobriety, okay, meaning not having an incontinent mind, meaning you're not able to control yourself, or control or have rule over your spirit, okay, which I'm gonna go into that word right there and see what comes up with sobriety real quick. because this is important. Right, soundness of mind, self-control. Okay, if you're a woman that has a soundness of mind and has the ability to control your spirit and have rule over your spirit, have rule over your actions and your emotions, okay, then it says here that you will be chosen, okay, by a man of the Lord, and you will be saved by through childbearing, okay. And this is something that a lot of you women should be focusing on right now, man. You know, this society can crash at any time. Okay, we don't know when it's gonna come, but we know it's coming. Okay, and you could see through the prophecies that are being fulfilled and the things that are happening that it's near. It's very much near. So for you sisters out there, okay, you should really be focusing on your spirit, okay, and the mentality that you have, okay, and it should be towards doing things that are pleasing, of course, to the Lord and Yahweh Shai first, and to a man that you could potentially run into when this society crashes down. You don't want to be denied in that day, man, because that's going to be a scary thing. And I was watching a video by the elder Malcolm, and I'm going to play a clip of his video right now because, this could potentially happen. Well, this will happen to a woman that is denied by a man of the Lord when she's left out there defenseless and having to fend for herself. So check this out real quick.
About their own moral code and survival plan. There's no risk of a trusted friend making a rash decision that gets you cornered.
And that's a woman.
You do have to handle loneliness, but some people actually handle stress.
So that is a woman pushing a barrel all by herself, and it looks like she has a lot of water. Okay. She's not the prettiest thing, but she's also not the ugliest thing. So in a situation where there's no power, there's no lights, there's no rule of law, she has no covering, no protection. She's going to get snatched up by a group, and she's going to be the comfort girl to that whole group or to those men. Or she can submit to one man in that group, if the group even allows it, okay, and be just his comfort girl. This, what he's saying, all right, and what he's showing you as he's saying it is beyond unrealistic, all right, because I don't see any weapons or anything of type on her at all. And even if she did, what's the chance of her, the chances of her using them against a man? All right. She's got no shelter, but she's got a barrel full of water, a canteen hanging around her, and a couple of, and a couple plastic things that probably has water in them, which will be worth its weight in gold, because that's going to be one of the things that go down when the power goes off, the water goes off, because Esau has connected the water to the power grid, and it didn't used to be that way. All right, that's something that's kind of new. All right, then the water didn't, when the power went out, going back like 30 years ago, when power went out, the water didn't go off. But now the water is connected to the power grid, okay, which is going to fulfill this prophecy here. And I think it's 2 Ezra 6:24. And it reads, "And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand still with fear of those that dwell therein. And the springs of fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run." All right. So they're going to be fighting against each other. She's going to be comfort for a small group or a large group, but her water is going to be the waters that come from men. All right. That's when that, we always talk about how in that day, you don't get to pick and choose and ride the carousel anymore. That's when the carousel rides you. Fall victim to your own devices. All right. And she's got a head wrap too, ironically. Okay. But they're going to fall victim to their own devices. You've been jumping from man to man and pushing that doctrine to other women and doing it successfully. basically your whole life. And now the Lord is going to bring you to an end where the men are gonna be reversed. All right. And these men are gonna choo you relentlessly. And and unlike you have willfully been choo-chooed, this choo-choo, you're not gonna have any say-so in it. All right. So by your own devices.
Right, so this is Proverbs 31, of course. We got to go here. And it says, who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. And she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. Okay, and this is the type of woman that a man of the Lord is going to be looking for. Okay, a woman that's able to contribute. Okay, not just sexually. Okay, but a woman that's actually able to contribute and actually bring something to the table, man. Okay, and not just herself, because in that day it's not going to be enough. Okay, so you're going to be able to work on your sewing skills and work on other skills, maybe planning food and things that would contribute greatly. Okay, work on them things, man. The brother that you may potentially run into will be able to discern if you're bringing some good things, amongst him, man. And if you're not, a brother will be able to see that as well. You don't want to be that woman that's caught out there defenseless, where a whole group of men run into you and they use you up, man. You don't want to be that woman, And it's in a woman's nature to want, an abundance of attention. But in that day, you ain't gonna want that type of attention at all, man. Okay, because it's not just gonna be, dudes whistling at you or trying to holler at you. It's gonna be dudes trying to, ransack you and ravage you in that day. And that's something that no female wants, man. A whole bunch of dudes jumping on them at one time. Okay? So these are the attributes here that you're going to want in Proverbs, the 31st chapter. Okay, I'm going to read 17 and 18. It says, she girdeth her loins with strength and strengtheneth her arms. And she perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. Okay, it says, she layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff, and she stretcheth out her hand to the poor, yea, she reacheth forth her hands to the needy. Okay, let's get let's say 18, 19. Let's go down to 26 through 30 real quick. That's my point. It says strength. Also, she opened her mouth with wisdom, okay, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. All right, she looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Okay, so that's one thing you don't want a woman does not want to be is idle. Okay, she always wants to be doing something. Okay, let me get Sirach 30, and I'll come right back. Matter of fact, let me just finish reading it, then I'll come back. It says, her children arise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praiseth her. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. And favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain, right? But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Okay, beauty is vain. Okay, no one cares. No one's going to care about how you look in that day. Okay, the men of the Lord are going to be looking at the inner woman at that day. And like that woman in the video, she wasn't no video vixen or whatever, even though I don't really find a lot of them attractive. Okay, but her inner beauty is what made her very beautiful, man. Okay? It did. To me, anyway. All right? Because beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, as they say. Okay? But a woman with that type of mentality and that type of spirit, okay, that wants to be, a help and wants to be, a realm of peace to her husband or her man, that's a beautiful thing right there. Okay? Those are the beginnings of a workings of a virtuous woman. Okay, a woman that doesn't want to be argumentative and combative and, just a straight up asshole. Okay, that wants to be submissive to her man. That's what a man of the Lord is going to be looking for in that day. Now, I'm going back to 27. She looketh well to the ways of her household and eateth not the bread of idleness. Now I'm gonna go here to Ecclesiastes 10 and 18 real quick. All right. All right. And it says, by much slothfulness the building decayeth, and through idleness of the hands the house droppeth through. Okay. So we don't want a woman that's idle, and a lot of these women out here are very idle. They don't keep themselves busy, and doing things and learning particular skills and crafts and things of that nature that most women were into back in those days. A lot of the women here don't respect those attributes that the women had back then. But those attributes that women had back then that I was reading in Proverbs 31 are going to be golden, okay, in these days that are coming, man, okay? And that's what's going to make you more valued in that day by a man of the Lord, okay? Of course, your the inner woman, your spirit, your mentality, and the things that you can bring to the table to contribute, okay, are going to be the things that could potentially have you chosen to be saved through childbearing, okay? To get you up on them chariots, man. And it's a lot of, these are the things that, you women should be focusing on right now. Just like us men are focusing on particular things, you women should be focusing on your own particular things as well, okay? So we can come together as a cohesive unit in that day, man. And Lord willing, I'm of that number, okay? So this is very, very important, man. Okay. Let's get I'm just gonna get Sirach 26 and 2, and I'll read 1 through 3. Yeah, I'll read 1 through 3 real fast. Cause I gotta go to the plantation. All right, and it says, blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. Okay? And none of us, I know I'm not getting that on this side right now, but this is something that I hope to, have in my circumference soon, man. Okay? Because this is what a man really wants at the end of the day. He wants some peace, okay, with a good virtuous woman. A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given to the portion of them that fear the Lord, okay? And, the men of the Lord, of course, fear the Lord. And, the men will be blessed with a woman that is, has these characteristics here, man, okay? And these are the characteristics that a woman needs to work on. You sisters need to work on. Not saying that you're not working on it, but it's imperative, because time is ticking out here, man. All right, time is ticking. So in the days of Isaiah 4 and 1, all right, you are going to want to be chosen by a man of the Lord, man. You're not going to be, you don't want to be one of those women that are left out there to themselves to be ravished by many men, okay? That has to be a very scary predicament for a woman to be in. And I know you women, you can envision that, and that's something that you don't want. So that's something that should definitely strike fear in you, and it's something that should definitely persuade you to change your ways if that's something that you haven't been working on. That is something that you should be definitely working on, and have a sense of urgency while you're doing it, because there's not a lot of time, So yeah, these are the attributes that a man of the Lord is going to be looking for. Okay. I had a couple of more scriptures, but like I said, I got to get ready for the plantation. But Lord willing, this message here and this lesson was informative and struck a little fear in you, man. Okay, this is what the men that do these lessons. This is what we seek to do, to strike some fear in you, in ourselves as well, when we're doing these lessons. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to say shalom to the next one.